Boxes should be labeled with blue tape and Sharpie. The blue tape label should include the name of the farmer, the contents of the box, the purchaser of the contents of the box, and the date. Bring the boxes up to the wash station. Fill the big plastic tubs with cold water from the hose and place the produce in the buckets of water, box by box, so that the different crops don't get mixed together. Cilantro and other bunched crops like scallions should be placed directly in water after harvest to prevent wilting. You should cut the bottom of the bunch so that all the ends are even, and you should pick through the top of the bunch to remove dead or wilted leaves. Make sure you get the weeds too. It's really important to make sure that all of the bunches you make of a certain product are the same size. So this is cilantro, and a good bunch of cilantro should be about 0.2 to 0.3 pounds. So the easiest way to tell is just by putting it on the scale. And this guy is 0.23, so that's good. And eventually you'll be able to tell what a good size bunch is just by sight, but the first few times it's easier to practice with a scale. So since this one is good, we can band it. And then we should trim the ends to make sure that they're even. So when you're putting together a bunch of scallions, you should make sure that all of the ends are in roughly the same place. Then you should place the rubber band right above the white part of the plant. Then, if the order's for a restaurant, you should trim the root tips. And make sure you pull out any weeds or dead or yellowed leaves. Mesclun and other loose greens like arugula should be submerged in water to remove dirt. While the greens soak, pick through them to remove weeds and dead or disfigured leaves. To use the salad spinner, turn the lever until the greens are dry. Make sure to regularly empty the spinner of water. Another way to dry off salad greens is by loading them into the washing machine and putting it on the spin cycle. So, dump the greens in, make sure they're all moved off to the side, Close the lid. Turn the dial to one of the spin cycles. It doesn't matter what these are set on. And then pull the dial out. Let it spin for no more than about 10 seconds. And push it in to stop. Lift the lid up. Check to see how dry the greens are. Move them around a little. And if you think they still need to be dried off, just pull it out again. Greens should then be bagged and weighed or placed in a box. Head lettuce should be treated with extra care to prevent the heads from falling apart. When placing the heads in water, hold the base and gently place it in the water with a gentle swooping motion. Check the whole head, focusing on the base, and remove rotted or severely torn leaves. Remove from water gently and allow excess water to drip from the head. Place gently into a box. The lettuce head should be arranged in layers in the box so that you can fit more. So you can start with a bottom layer of the heads facing down, and then the next layer can be heads facing up in between the first layer. Drain the plastic bins carefully and make sure the water doesn't all fall into the same spot. Gather rejected produce and leaves and carry to the compost pile. Place the boxes in the fridge and make sure they're all labeled. If you're supervising a harvest, make sure you write down the names of the farmers who assisted with washing. If a crop was grown by one person and harvested by another, make a note of that because it affects compensation.